Madam the Deputy Speaker, and I thank the member for Cleethorpes for his generosity in giving me those 33 seconds. Madam Deputy Speaker, I think it's now becoming quite clear that this will be the first budget of this financial year, and I don't mean that as any criticism of the Treasury Branch, but it's quite clear that developments and events are moving fast. The Government will want to introduce emergency legislation that might seek emergency powers, and it's quite clear that even the budget last week that was announced has already been taken over by some events. But let me make a couple of opening remarks firstly. And the first thing I want to raise is the loan charge. We will, of course, have a wider debate on this on Thursday, but I was disappointed that there was no more concessions for those who have been caught up in this scandal. It amazes me that there are people being chased for money who have been caught up in this rather than those who are directly responsible. I hope the Government will also be a bit more specific of the measures that they want to introduce in terms of tackling the promotion of tax avoidance, because I'm not the only member of the House who is concerned at the reduction in staff at Her Majesty's Revenues and Customs over the last 10 years. The second issue I want to raise is the free TV licence, Madam Deputy Speaker. There is a real, and of course there was a Government commitment in the election to that the free TV licence should be maintained. Given that we're in a period where the main source of information for many people, particularly the elderly people and those who live on their own and who live in other areas, will be from the television, then I think that the Government really need to now move very quickly to take back control of that power. Take it back from the BBC, bring it back into DWP and maintain the free TV licence, because elderly people over the next few weeks and months will need that box in the corner of their living room to get vital information in tackling coronavirus. And I'll give way briefly to Honourable Friend.
I'm grateful to my honourable friend for giving way. Of course, the Conservatives changed the promise from the 2017 manifesto for the promise to keep it. Now they're promising to keep it as long as everybody else but them pays for it. Would you agree that's a bit like saying the Government are going to provide free bus fares for everybody as long as bus companies pay for them?
Yes, I do. And I think that my honourable friend's point is well made. Now, there are a number of challenges which the Government now face, and particularly I'm not the only member of the House over the last few days who's had constituents contacting them, who've already seen their hours reduced, who've already seen their shifts cancelled, who are being advised by employers that there'll be no work for them. Many in the sectors, Madam Deputy Speaker, which the Secretary of State for Health has outlined, and discouraging citizens from going into nightclubs, bars, restaurants, traditionally low-paid, traditionally precarious sectors of work. And I hope that the Government will now look at the models introduced by Denmark and Norway to address these issues of sitting down with trade unions, business and government, and to come up with the financial model to ensure that wages are maintained for our low-paid and those precarious work, particularly those on zero-hour contracts, and particularly looking at the issues, as Norway has done, in terms of the self-employed and carers in particular. The next issue I want to raise is that of statutory sick pay. I have also been contacted by constituents who are alarmed that employers, that some employers, including some large multinational employers, don't pay company sick pay from day one. Some of them pay it in day 4, some pay it in day 7, allowing the state and leaving the state to pick up the tab. And because of these different schemes by different employers, some individuals will find themselves they'll only get the statutory sick pay from day 1 and not topped up by employers and their particular sick schemes. That's going to lead to a situation, Madam Deputy Speaker, where some people will want, and they're advising me, and I'm sure I'm not the only member of the House that this has been stated to, that they feel they'll have to make a choice between public health and poverty and their wages. And I think that we really need to now look at the rate of statutory sick pay in this country. Because the UK, if it was a European League table, the UK, if it's not in the relegation zone, would certainly not be that far away from it. And I think when you look at the statutory sick pay of other European countries, it far outstrips what is on offer in the United Kingdom. In terms of universal credit, Madam Deputy Speaker, I think that we do need to move away from an arrears-based system. The 5-week wait, which other honourable members have mentioned, really needs to now go. The first payment should be the first payment. Yeah. We have far too many people, it's now £50 million a month the Department of Work and Pensions is receiving back from claimants in advances. How much is that costing in terms of administration? How much is it costing the Department of Work and Pensions? How much time is DWP staff, the Department of Work and Pensions staff, using on that when they could be processing online journals and processing other claims? I do agree with other honourable members that there should be no evictions for rent arrears during this period and there should be no sanctions. And I just want to end, Madam Deputy Speaker, by saying I think the Treasury will now need to consider over the next few days and weeks whether there should be a people's bailout, because the amount of money that the states had to spend in terms of the bankers' bailout is probably similar to what it may have to spend to alleviate poverty and to get through the current crisis in the weeks ahead. Thank you.